get closer like that, it sounds a lot better.
Look at that.
I did notice when I was doing it. Kind of a low talk.
I feel like I'm a low talker on this.
I do too.
I feel
Not
like
you.
my voice is very high. Do I really sound like this? God, why didn't you guys say something a long time ago?
Because you never let anybody get a word in edgewise.
That's true.
Yeah.
And if I did, I wouldn't listen.
That's true.
The door is broken.
Is Precision Engineering, are they sponsoring this episode?
Oh, why? Do you need me to duct tape it? I came from work, dude.
No. We're looking for sponsorships.
Oh, I can approach my boss. Brett knows him,
Yeah.
and we'll plug it.
You tell them to write
And play
a
it.
check for $10,000
Hey,
today.
well-
And get your what is it? Get your melanoma
Your
hands.
liver spotted hands off of my mother. She's a saint.
There's only 200 people listening, but all 200 of them need civil engineering
Well, no,
services.
there's
that's-
more
that's-
than
Yeah,
200.
I know.
Yeah, we
Well-
cracked. I think we might have cracked 3 today.
Well,
We're almost at 350.
a lot of sports fans have money,
Mm-hmm. That's true.
and that's what we're trying to do. Make some.
Miss
I can't believe
the
Brady
end.
announced his retirement.
You
I was
can-
so mad at him. I mean, my God.
But did you think
Well,
it
so
wasn't
dis-
going to happen?
So disrespectful.
It is.
How is it disrespectful?
No, that was Jeff's take on.
You got to go
Big
listen
Ben.
to that.
Oh no,
episode.
I heard it. I heard it.
Yeah,
No.
Jeff has a problem.
I have a problem with the timing of his.
Well, let's talk about it
his,
on
I
here,
said I
right?
didn't.
Let's bring
I
her
didn't
in.
have a problem. Huh?
Huh?
Yeah, go ahead.
You ready? You guys ready?
Hmm?
Fuck it.
Yeah, I thought we were already doing it.
Yeah. You know, we could. Intros are overrated, right? Intro. Hey, everybody! Welcome back to another fabulous episode of Watch Your Lips. Jeffrey Cox.
Episode 6. Jake.
6. Super Bowl mashup here with Mr. Frazier again joining us. Thank you. And everybody's buddy.
Hello.
You don't know it yet, but he will be your
He
buddy.
will be by the end.
This is Jeffrey's cousin,
Hi.
Brian Christopher
yes.
Cox.
Hey, how you doing?
Everybody's
Jake-
buddy, nobody's friend.
Hey, but
Let's talk into the mic.
we're friends.
Yeah.
With outside of Jeff
Absolutely.
though too. So
Yes.
I'm not just Jeff's cousin.
No, I know that, but
Okay.
you are related.
Yes.
I just wanted to
No,
get that.
but in relation,
Oh, yes.
you actually are my cousin.
That's true. Our dads are brothers.
Yes.
Which would make you cousins.
That's if the math works out right. If you carry the two,
Thank you for explaining.
You're all in
family
for a
trees.
good one, in for a treat today.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I saved your life. Jeff said you don't remember.
yeah, that's true. He was reminding me, and I've almost died like 40 times,
He's a cat.
and that's true. I'm sorry that I don't remember.
No, it's okay.
But Jake, tell the story.
no,
so
we
all know.
were we coached Babe Ruth together, right?
all
Yeah.
3 of us.
All 3 of us, and something exciting happened. And you're a kidder, we'll say that, right?
Okay,
You like to tell jokes. And we were celebrating something, and I turn around, and you look like you're choking, and I thought you were just messing around, and you were really choking, and you had a seed in your throat or seeds, and I went around you and did the old,
yeah.
and it shot out of your.
I do remember.
Now do
that
you remember?
Yes, I do.
And he was pointing at his throat, and I was like, "This guy's just being an idiot, like just goofing around," and he was really choking.
You know what? It took you doing that motion to like actually see that, and then I do remember that. That was like one of our first practices, I think.
It was a game.
I think
It was
I
at the
think
field.
a
It was
game.
during a game.
It was one of our first ones, though. I remember that.
I just remember like it freaked me out, and then that shit worked, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!"
I'm gonna have to choke every game because we're so superstitious. I'm like, I'm gonna choke every game, and you just bear hug me.
How
And,
far back do you go back with Mr. Cox?
Long time. I mean, we were in the same neighborhood growing up.
Oh yeah,
And yeah, I mean,
30 years.
30 years? Yeah, easily.
probably. Right in ballpark, 30 years, give or take.
He bullied me as a kid. But
Oh, he
It's okay, he
bullied me
bullies
as
me
a
now.
kid, too.
I bullied her. I'm a big bully.
You were also in the military.
I was.
How long were you in the military? What branch?
I was in the Army.
And how long were you in the Army?
I did 4 years.
And you jumped out of planes.
I did.
Can you kind of just get in? I never asked
perfectly
you.
good airplanes. That's what I used to joke with him about. Is he jumped out of perfectly good airplanes?
What made you decide to want to jump out of airplanes?
Oh, because I'm kind of a thrill seeker. I like the adrenaline.
Hence the almost dying 40 times.
Makes sense.
Yeah. And when I made the decision to join the military, they basically gave me the option to do anything that I wanted, and I knew that was available to me. And I said, "Sign me up, man!
Throw me out of planes, baby."
It's quite a rush.
I could only imagine.
Yeah, it's not skydiving like a lot of people that I've talked to. They are like, "Oh, what's it like to jump out of a plane?" And they're thinking, "Oh, 10,000 feet up." No, you're 1,000 feet up. Like when you look up and see planes flying, it's lower than that. It's like whenever you see a flyover for a stadium, that's like what we jump out of.
Yeah, you're those ones that like you like land and it looks like you see it happen.
Looks like
It's
the G.I. Joe
oh my
Army
God,
guy.
like, this
that
isn't
you-
like the nice soft landing, right? A lot of times it's coming down hard, right? I mean,
Oh yeah, they want you to come down fast.
Well, because you're jumping
You're jumping
into
behind enemy lines.
Yeah. That's the theory. They're like
like
jump
combat.
out. Yeah, they want you to be able to come down fast but survive. And
Yeah.
and the reason why you
Drop and roll.
and the reason why you jump so low is because, in theory, if your chute doesn't open, you can still hit the ground and live and fight.
I don't mean to laugh.
I don't think there's probably less amount of time
Brian,
if people are shooting at
This
don't
is
mean
his
to laugh.
personality.
I
Just
don't
the way
mean-
that he explains it is
I'm just
hilarious.
that thought. I don't mean.
But I mean, that's true.
No, I know.
Well,
By the
Welcome-
way, I'm just going to
welcome,
say,
Brian.
when I did this, like my fingers hurt, and that's not jumping out of an airplane.
That's what I'm saying.
looked like it.
It's the thought of like, oh, his shit didn't open up. He's gonna have to, land, land correctly into the ground, and then make sure you're loaded and locked and ready to go. Like just that thought, that's just crazy. You're built differently.
Well, thank you. I think.
well,
I mean,
and-
to be in the military, literally, you got to have a different mind. You know what I mean?
no, absolutely. I think it was really good for him.
Yeah.
Oh, it changed my life for the
Yeah.
better, for sure.
Absolutely.
I was,
Any well, never mind.
what?
Let's
No.
say any crazy stories, but
Oh, I can tell like funny stories. I don't want to get into like other types of stories, but I have a lot of funny stories.
Well, we'll get you on.
Yeah, we gotta do that
separately, and we'll do that. But
Veterans Day.
we also have
there you
Fraser. We also have Fraser with us. He was with us on episode 4, Simpatico,
Probably
which actually did really good.
probably
Brad.
the most listened to episode.
it's up
Not
there.
quite,
Yeah.
but it was. It's,
Give it time. It's got legs.
It's ranked number 3 out of 4 right now. So,
Killing it.
but no,
Did we get his Super Bowl pick? We didn't, right?
No, we did.
We did.
Yeah, and then after I went with the Team of Destiny, you all jumped on the bandwagon.
Oh, that's what it was. We
and
filled
then
out
filled out your
applications.
application. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
We did do that.
So Brian, we're gonna get yours.
Oh,
We all have our picks. You don't know what they are, but
God, dude.
who are you thinking?
I don't really care, to tell you the truth. I just want to see a good game. I think that Joe Burrow has impressed me for sure, and it wouldn't surprise me if he wins one. But Matt Stafford, he's due. He's a warrior. I've watched that guy. I don't know how big of sports fans you guys are. I know you guys are obviously huge ones, but
They do have a sports talk podcast. I'm guessing a little bit.
Welcome to the show.
I'm sensing
We-
sarcasm from
we
you.
weren't gonna sit them next to each other, but we did on purpose.
You made fun of my shirt as soon as I got here.
Because I mean, look at it.
And they're both getting red.
Why
well,
is that
Brian, look at
rainbow?
Brian's shirt.
Why
Brian's
is
got
that?
a lime green work shirt on right now.
He
So
was like, why is that
Okay,
rainbow
I can
moving?
do the rest of the show topless if you wish.
no, save that
Next
for later.
time. Next
On Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So your pick.
God, if you had to hold my feet to the fire, I would say the Bengals.
So we have a full consensus. We're all going Bengals.
Well,
Everybody. No, you can't change.
hold on.
This is
hold on. So who I think is going to win is the Bengals, but where I'm going to be cheering for the Rams.
Is it,
Okay.
okay?
It runs in the family.
Did your dads teach you this?
It runs
Cox?
in the family.
I think it does. Okay, Brian. So just so you're in on this, they've been making fun of me for hedging every bet that I have.
Oh,
And you just did that. So I think it does have to
well,
run in the family for
no,
sure.
my girlfriend, she's a Rams fan, so she's
so
excited.
You've got to.
So I'm cheering. I'm with her. I can't be like, yay.
Yeah,
Go Joe. Yeah,
You
yeah.
absolutely
yeah.
can.
Yeah.
And just so everybody knows, he's a Vikings fan.
Oh yeah.
Brian's a Vikings
Yeah.
fan.
So it's hard watching football.
So hey, you said you were going to put a game together, but before we do that, I want to ask these two guys because Fraser's got to take off here in a little bit. But Joe Burrow versus Matt Stafford is what everybody's talking about. It is the Bengals versus the Rams, but you've got who's the better franchise quarterback? And I think I'll start with you, Brett, so we can, and we'll just go around the room real quick.
Wait a second.
If I'm starting a franchise
Yeah.
tomorrow,
Yeah, they're both. Let's take it like they're
Who are you
both coming out.
drafting?
Yeah, they're
Who are
both
you gonna
coming out of
take?
college at that in their prime.
yeah,
They're a rookie.
It's so hard with knowing that Matt Stafford, like his entire career has been with the Lions, which like that's not what you want out of your franchise, right?
Well, Joe Burrow's with the Bengals.
I know, and that's where I'm going to make that change if I'm starting today, it's Joe Burrow, even with Matt Stafford coming straight out.
Brian,
I have to pick a quarterback.
one or the other. Yes, Joe
Oh,
Burrow
then
or
I'll-
Matt Stafford.
Well, I'll take Burrow. But
I'll just take Burrow.
yeah, why not?
Okay.
Well, I like him. He's impressed me.
Yeah. No, he's very impressive.
But I mean, like the sample size is kind of small. If you're talking franchise quarterback, it's only a year.
Yeah, that's fair too.
Like lightning in a bottle is what I compare that to. There's a lot of people that have done it for a short period of time. You guys, I know that you guys have been talking about Brady and the best ever, and you want to put Joe Burrow in this category, but
It's too early.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
It's way too
No.
early.
Well, I haven't said my piece yet, Jake.
Well, here, look at this. If Buffalo beats, if they squib kick against the Chiefs, and that game, Cincinnati's now going to Buffalo. They don't win that game, and we're not even talking about Joe Burrow. We're talking about Josh Allen. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
We should keep talking about Josh Allen because he's going to be around for a long time
I mean, but you're assuming that
in a lot of
the
big
Bills,
games.
Are you saying that the Bengals play the Bills, not the Bengals play the Chiefs?
If they
Or
squib,
are you assuming the Bills are? In
He's
the Super
saying
Bowl?
the Bengals wouldn't have beat the Bills.
yeah, that's
Bills.
But nobody gave the
Bills.
Bengals to beat the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
digging around.
But okay, so
the Bengals
so
beat the
you guys
Chiefs.
both go Burrow, right? Jake?
It's hard for me. I don't know. Like you said, he played in Detroit, Stafford.
he did throw 40 touchdowns in a
Your
season.
pushback to me on this, because we did talk about it briefly, was that, like you said, lightning in a bottle. Burrow's there in year 2, but Stafford is in his first year with the Rams, and they're also there.
But he's a pro. He's been a pro for years.
He's also got
I wa-
McVay.
He's just got better players too.
Yeah, the Rams went
Not
all
that-
in on this.
Yeah.
They went all in on him and the weapons surrounding him.
Oh, I agree.
I don't know. I would. The other thing with Burrow too is the guy is he won a national championship. Like
I
he
know.
knows how to win.
Yeah.
He could be the third ever to do what
But-
Joe Namath and Joe Montana have done, right? And win a national championship and a Super Bowl. That's only been done twice.
Here, I'll say this. I'm gonna pull a Cox family tradition. I like them both, but I'm gonna go ahead. I'll take because they picked Burrow. I'm gonna take Stafford.
You take Stafford.
Mm-hmm. But I think you're good either way,
Yeah.
right?
You
Was that good?
I'll tell you.
That's good.
Well,
That's good. But you know what?
You know what you get when you do that with a franchise quarterback with Stafford? Someone that's going to be on the field.
Well, longevity's for sure. Look how long he's been around, and
He played with like neck injuries and back
Rib
injuries.
injuries?
and-
I saw him
he's a-
win a game with a separated shoulder. one year.
He's tough.
Yo, he's a man. He stays on
But
the
I
field.
do like Burrow a lot.
Well, here's why I take Burrow. Is, Stafford had that opportunity to take a dumpster fire of the Detroit Lions and build them into a storied franchise again, right? If they ever were one. But the Barry Sanders era, they were making the playoffs here and there, right? Joe Burrow did it in one full season. He only played 4 or 5 games last year, and he was out. And to do that and to turn it around that quickly, it's pretty special.
Yeah, I think off the
I mean,
injury he had also.
Whether he has a long career or not, what he's already accomplished in a very short period of time, very few people could ever do. So I go with Burrow.
I still think it's a small sample size. I'm not saying that you're not right.
No, I agree.
It's for me, but I did pick Burrow as well because it's fun to pick that guy, the new and exciting toy.
Yeah.
Right.
No, it is.
He is, and he
And again,
is,
it's hard to get rid of. It's hard to get rid of the history of losing seasons and like over seasons.
Yeah, but
that Stafford.
I
put
tell
up.
you what,
and Stafford was in every game, and he lost a lot of close ones. But Burrow doesn't seem to lose those close ones right now.
well, one thing you guys aren't talking about at all is that rookie kicker that they got.
We've been talking about him a whole lot. Shooter McPherson.
Yeah, that dude just
Money Mac.
Yeah.
I didn't catch his name. I don't even know his number. I just know he plays for the Bengals and he kicks.
I don't think anyone should know a kicker's number ever, except for maybe Vinatieri.
Yeah. What was it?
4.
Yeah, it was 4.
Pat McAfee.
It's a punter.
Morton Anderson.
No,
They still
He had a
kick,
good
though.
face mask.
Yeah.
Morton Anderson.
Morton Anderson.
You see those,
Vikings, dude.
And the Falcons.
I was, I sent a picture to Cox last week. I was at my son's desk doing a Zoom meeting, and I looked in his drawer, and he had a bunch of football cards. And they were some old football cards, and they were like from when we were kids. And it was, I think, Morton Anderson, Sean Landetta.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Yeah.
and like they all had the one bar, and it was like pulled way down. And Matt Barr, I think, was the other one. I said, "Can you believe that we were alive when people looked like this while playing football?" And they're like, their foot was like, it looks like you could see like they were taking like a 2-step and like kind of just booting it through. It was like, oh my goodness.
Do you remember
they
Joe
were
Theismann
specimens.
used to have the one bar too?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that was awesome. The
Yeah, he
quarterback.
Yeah, the specimens back in the day. They don't build
For
them
sure.
like that anymore.
No.
Yeah, we got a little game.
I'm going to preface this with I have not seen any of this. So,
No,
Jake,
because
don't even try
I'm
to say.
driving, and he's like, "What's the game?" He's asked me twice.
Well, I'm
Do you
just
know what I love
saying
about
we needed
Cox
to do
is-
something.
Cox is like so convinced that he's going to win that he's already saying that he didn't see these before.
Yeah.
He's
That's how
super
confident that
and
Cox is
competitive.
in literally anything that he does.
Very competitive.
Just so you know, when I
Hyper.
win, you can't tell me that I
Hyper
cheated.
competitive.
Yeah.
Hyper
So
competitive.
this is
That's
a-
good.
it's
Oh, could you
mixed-
imagine our house?
Oh no,
Dude,
I remember just even going over there. It was anything we did that was competing.
oh yeah, and
We ended up
would
fighting.
compete about food.
Yeah, anything.
It ended up with a fight. And I couldn't go home because he
Not-
lived completely across town, so I was stuck there, mad at him all the time,
Right.
or the other way around.
I wouldn't say a fight.
We get at it pretty good. We would argue a lot.
You and Jeff?
Yeah.
Oh.
But Brian and I was. How old are you, Brian? Tell the audience how old you are, Brian.
Do you know what podcasts are? You're so old. Like,
Okay, I'm going to be 40 this year.
I'm 46. I'm gonna be 47.
Okay,
in
so
a
he
month.
he was quite a bit older than me, growing up, but we had our fair share of competitiveness and fighting as well.
Oh, and we didn't treat Jeff like he's the younger. He's got to be. We got to play big boy rules. Jeff was keeping up with when I was 12. Jeff's what, 7,
6, 7,
and we're like, you got to keep up, dude.
Yeah,
It's getting lit.
and and we were talking about the Pro Bowl last episode, and we played harder than the Pro Bowl players did. I mean, they would push me in the street. We'd play 2-hand touch, and they had a little side yard. My aunt and uncle did. Brian Brian's parents, and you would have there was a curb that we used as the out of bounds line. Well, if anybody got close to the out of bounds line, we would just push them as hard as we could. Usually it was me because I was the smallest, and I would eat it into the street. But I'd always get back up.
But we would
and keep
usually
playing.
tackle you
Maybe.
on accident.
Yeah, probably.
I was the same way. My older brother, I was his tackling dummy when we would play. So
what's this game, Jakey?
it's a combination of stuff, right? It is Super Bowl weekend.
Okay.
So I got some warm-up trivia questions about different things. And then I have some Super Bowl.
Oh, you know what?
Trivia.
If it's trivia, Frazier,
He's might as well just.
It's not
Fra-
exactly trivia.
Frazier's pretty good at trivia.
It's not. It's different. It's different. It's not so sports related. You might be surprised. So
Even better.
we'll start the warm up questions, and this is just a little flavor. It's an easy one. You all should know this. U.S. figure skater Tanya Harding won the National Figure Skating Championship in 1994, but was stripped of her title for attacking
Nancy
who?
Kerrigan.
Nancy Kerrigan.
Do we want to go one at a
Actually,
time?
no, actually, no. Technically, that's wrong.
Do we want to go?
She didn't actually attack it. It was her boyfriend Jeff Galooly set it up.
Okay, that's not a question, but
There is no extra credit.
Yeah.
But how do we want to do the answers for this? Those listening, I apologize. Those watching, I apologize. And if you're listening, go home and watch. Now, how should we determine?
Well, I obviously got it because I said it first.
I don't care. Why? I just remember the her screaming. Why? Like,
Why me?
well, because if you remember the press conference or the video that they would always show on the news, that was her.
that's what she did. Yeah, that's funny.
There's only a couple like that. The other ones are going to be
Do I get-
multiple choice.
Do I
So
get points for that?
yeah, I'll give you whatever. I don't even know. I'm not even keeping score. Jeff,
Sweet.
you want to keep score? Does it matter?
Jeff gets 40.
We got it. Yeah, we're competing here.
Or why don't we just do it with Brett and Brian?
That's fine.
Yeah, and then I'll jump
See
in
who
if
gets
I have the
redder.
answer and they don't.
Yeah, Jeff can answer. Just we'll keep score for the two of you. Michael Jordan has worn 3 numbers over his NBA career, 23 and 45. And what other number?
9.
9?
No, I know this.
It was
12 teen?
was
No,
I don't
he-
know.
I need a number.
Is that-
12 teen is not a number.
9.
Not.
No,
He said
hey,
9.
hang
You
on.
go-
I
hey.
have the answer.
Okay,
to this.
but I thought it
'Cause
was
it's-
between these
they
two.
Because
didn't
it
get it.
I don't
So-
know that.
So
Yeah,
then it
it's-
defaults to me.
Yeah,
is
it's
what we're
his-
gonna do.
'cause
Oh, wait a
it would be
second.
his,
Wait a
I
second.
haven't got
oh,
final
his
answers.
Olympic-
Wait a second.
Final
No.
answers.
Wasn't his baseball
In
number
the
6?
NBA. In the NBA.
Oh, in the
I
NBA.
still know
NBA.
this. And
Oh, it's because it was that game that he didn't have the jersey.
it got stolen,
It
right?
got stolen, and he had
Yeah.
to wear.
6.
No, it was a weird number.
Times 2.
96.
I'm pretty sure it's 12 or
12?
13.
Yeah.
Bro, I didn't get final answers, bro.
I don't
12.
know. I get.
I just gave Frazier the answer. It's 12, right? Okay. So I get the point.
Was it what number was it?
What was
When
it?
did you come back into the game?
I said
When he knows the answers, he's
no.
playing.
I said if they don't both get
I
it,
know, but
I'll jump in if I know
have you never seen Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It's final answer.
All right, go ahead.
This guy was still rattling numbers around. in
12.
his
I
brain.
said 12 teen.
He did say 12 teen, but
Yeah. Okay.
It was pretty close.
All right.
how many dimples are there on the average golf ball?
I'm going to say 468.
That's a wild number. that's not even close. It's 88. Where did you get 406?
Do you want me to give you between?
Yeah. Give me.
It's
me a range.
between 300 and 400.
Oh, I'm a little bit closer than you.
I was.
Yeah.
You said the
Oh, is
average.
it?
I was because I have like one golf ball that I've been using for years, and it's only got 88.
Yeah.
You
Yeah. He's still
you
hitting
counted
with
the
those.
dimples in the golf ball?
That's how much I love golfing.
I'm going to say 368.
368.
I'm gonna say 367. Who's closer?
Who gets the point?
Who wins?
336.
I win.
I was
Hey.
88 was his
Jeff's
first.
like
Yeah,
Jeff goes, you got to think of a game.
Yeah,
You
I like
gotta
it. I
bring a
love it.
game. All right. In what sport
Baseball.
do competitors race towards a finish line
Swimming.
but do not cross it?
Swimming.
I think it is swimming.
yeah, because you can't cross it. Yeah,
Yeah, you do the flip
yeah.
kick to,
Well, yeah,
or
you
you
get to
when you
it.
hit the wall when you're done, right?
Yeah,
Swimming.
Listen, I get a point.
Very
That's
good, Brian.
I like it.
All right. There's one more warm-up question. Before
Oh, these are we're not even in the
well,
game.
these
yet.
count. These count. But I'm saying before the Super Bowl
Oh,
questions because
okay.
this is Super Bowl weekend. Name the first player who appeared in a Wheaties box. First baseball player who appeared on a Wheaties box. A. Babe Ruth. B. Ted Williams. C. Joe DiMaggio. Or D. Lou Gehrig.
Joe DiMaggio.
I'm going to say, who was B?
Ted Williams.
Yeah, Ted
If-
Williams.
Do you want to take a guess?
If I had to guess, I'd say Lou Gehrig.
Lou Gehrig.
Yeah, I was close.
I knew
It was-
I knew it was a Yankee.
It was between Joe DiMaggio and Lou Gehrig for me. I just guessed, as you could tell by my answer.
It's okay.
I've got the Nancy Kerrigan one.
Yeah.
Why?
Wow. Wow. Dude, why do you have score next to yours?
He just
It was between it's your idea.
he's gonna be like, I won.
God damn.
I want to play.
Okay. Super Bowl questions.
Okay.
There's been 50 something, 50 of them. 54? What are we on? 53?
I don't know.
Bart Starr.
You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not playing.
The 78 Dolphins.
What team has played in 4
72.
Super Bowls
The
Bills.
Vikings.
but never held a lead?
The Vikings.
The Vikings, the Bills, the Bengals, the Chargers.
No.
Bills.
It's not the Vikings.
Bills.
Because they had, he's right.
Well,
The Bills?
hang on. I know the Bills lost
Shut up,
20 to
Jeffrey!
19. I know the Bills lost 20 to 19, but I don't know if they were leading.
Oh, yeah. They kicked a field
They
goal.
would have to kick
So that can't be.
So that's a hint. That is a hint.
So
If you ever ask me to do a game again, I'm going to tell you to go fuck yourself.
the Bengals haven't even played in 4.
This is their
it's
fourth
Vikings then.
Yeah, well, I guess technically they haven't had a lead in this one.
yet.
Yeah, yeah.
Is this their fourth?
I think it is, yeah.
No, they
Third
I
or
know
fourth?
They lost the Niners twice.
Third or fourth. I'm not
This
sure.
is their third.
Okay, so what did you guys go with?
Vikings.
Vikings, both of you?
No, I went Bills.
Vikings.
You went Bills?
Mm-hmm.
This is Vikings.
All right.
Never had a lead.
Never had a lead in the Super Bowl.
They got robbed.
If I could turn your mic off, I would right now.
I'm not going to play.
What
ahead.
are you talking about? You've not, motherfucker. How much does the Lombardi Trophy weigh? 7 pounds, 8 pounds, 10 pounds, or 12 pounds?
7 pounds. It doesn't look that heavy.
Let's see. Based on the way that Tom Brady threw it from boat to boat, it looked like the amount of effort he had to put in was about 12 pounds.
Final answers.
Final
7.
answer.
7 and 12. It's 7.
Told you.
Which
Do I
artist?
get a wedge for that?
Which
A little
artist?
orange-
Which artist had the highest rated Super Bowl halftime show today?
Prince.
Janet Jackson and Justin Timberlake. Final answer.
So they both didn't
I
want the
have
multiple choice.
multiple choice, but
Oh,
if you want to
No,
rock with
no,
those answers,
They already guessed.
I got to give finals, bro. Final answers.
Final answer.
You want multiple choice? Or you're gonna go with your
No. Oh, yeah. Let's go
multiple choice. You want?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Because
me
you both
see.
were wrong. I'm just gonna let you know.
Good. Yeah, 'cause
Katy
I wasn't-
Perry, Beyonce, Michael Jackson, J Lo, and Shakira.
I don't know that Katy Perry one. I remember a lot of people were hyped about it. What
That
were
was
the,
The highest rated.
Probably what's her name?
J-Lo and Shakira, Beyonce,
Beyonce, probably that.
MJ,
shit.
or Katy Perry.
I don't know any of their music.
Michael Jackson. He was. That's when they were probably having the highest ratings.
Do you want to take a guess?
No.
You don't want to.
Final answer.
Final answer. Who cares?
Final answer.
Yeah,
It was Katy Perry.
Yeah.
should have stuck with that.
Should have went with
That
your
was
gut.
a good one.
Should have went with your gut.
What's
Don't
the
even-
score, Jeff?
They did. It's
4-1.
4-1, Brian.
Well, there's only one left.
I have 2.
I still don't think that Brian should have gotten the dimple one when he started with the 88.
Yeah, he did go over under. We're going to go 3-1, Brian.
Okay. That's fine.
So is the
Put,
last one
put an
worth it?
asterisk like that one on that one. This one's worth 2 points.
What is the highest score ever by one team in a Super Bowl? One team scored a certain amount of points is the highest points ever scored in a Super Bowl.
Oh,
55.
55, yeah.
Yeah,
The Niners.
55-10,
Yeah.
right?
It's
Yep.
55. I was first.
What Super Bowl was it?
It was the 49ers versus the Chargers.
Wrong. Who was it?
It was the. God, we had so many during that time.
They actually might have scored 55 twice. Now that you say that,
I think
because they stomped Elway one time.
It was the Broncos.
it was the Broncos, right? Yeah.
Super Bowl 24.
They
Well-
both get a point.
What was the score of the 49ers Chargers?
I don't know. I didn't write it down.
I know Steve Young stomped them though. You're right.
I think it was 40 something. I think they were in the
Yeah.
40s
Got that.
for that. The other one was which two teams are tied for the most Super Bowl losses?
That's got to be the Bills and the Vikings.
Yeah, with 4.
Bills
Yeah.
and Vikings?
Yep.
How many of the Chiefs lost?
Not
I
4.
mean, going early.
Well, they won
They were
2.
Yeah, they were there.
They lost 1, I think. to
Brady's
the
lost
Cowboys.
3. So
Oh.
only the Patriots ever got in.
Patriots
before
lost
that.
1 to the
Yeah,
Bears.
so I think
with
the
the Grogan.
Patriots have 4. Do the Bills have more?
Bills only have been 4.
I didn't
What's
write
the
down
What's the
number.
question?
Which two teams are tied for the most Super Bowl losses?
So it's the Vikings and the Bills,
It was.
but Patriots might be close.
I didn't. It was the Patriots and had the Broncos.
Yeah.
Patriots and Broncos.
Okay.
I don't see.
Was that the last question?
That was it. That was a tiebreaker.
Okay, Brian, you won. You don't get anything.
But you got.
I got a new. I got
Hey,
But yeah.
got a new water.
a water bug.
Hey, that was fun.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thanks,
no,
Jeff.
Yeah, killed some time.
Are you good, Fraser?
Yeah, I'll leave pretty soon. I got to pick up my daughter.
All right,
from
so
her
this
first
will be
dance.
quick. I had a question. Brian, you actually brought this up on the phone yesterday.
Yeah, I had.
So
the
you got 1:30 left on the clock, okay?
Oh yeah,
And you're down by 4.
this is my favorite. My favorite question.
And you can only take one quarterback. And in the history of the NFL, who are you taking? We'll start with you, Brett.
1:30 left, going down.
You're down by 4.
You need
Game-winning
6,
drive.
not
You need-
3.
You need 6.
You got to put it in the end zone.
You got 1:30 left. Who are you going with?
I'm going with Joe Montana.
I want to hear what Jake says because I told Jeff what my answer is already.
I told him mine also.
What is yours?
Can you share
Tell
with
me.
the listeners?
My answer was Peyton Manning.
Oh, I like Joe Montana, but Jeff brought up a great point about John Elway, and I've been thinking about that since we talked. I was like, John Elway has I don't know what the stats are, but at one point in time he had the most come from behind victories. But I was thinking about that. How many of those come from behind victories are due to the location of where he played at Mile High? You put him at sea level, different story.
Yeah.
Well, that's going to be a
well-
new
Well, and
draft analysis.
And how
is
many
they
of
do
those comeback wins were with him throwing a touchdown pass
Well, I think.
versus driving down and getting a field goal to win?
Well,
the game?
I almost think it should be 2 separate stats.
It should be.
Well, next to
and
Tom
maybe
Brady.
it might be.
Mm-hmm.
hang
It
on.
might be. I don't know.
Next to Tom Brady, John Elway has the most playoff game-winning drives.
Okay.
Okay, but so here's the order because I did look it up.
I wouldn't take John Elway
Manning-
down 45.
Manning was the most. Peyton Manning was the most with 54,
Come from behind victories.
including playoffs,
Playoff
and
and-
game-winning drives.
okay.
These are game-winning drives. Brady had 53. Breeze had 53. And then Dan Marino had 47. Brett Favre had 43. You guys have any guess on how many Joe Montana had?
Well, I think this is a skewed stat because Joe Montana didn't trail as much as Dan Marino did.
Yeah, it's almost double. I mean, so Montana was 28.
Okay.
You're just
But-
gonna
but look-
gonna let that walk?
No, because you got to look at how long they played too.
But
In
no,
that-
but I
in
mean,
that
like,
era?
while funny, true.
Yeah.
No, it is true.
Yeah.
And that's why, I'm not arguing that. It is true.
Well, I mean-
he played on a very, very good team. He was an above average quarterback on a very good team.
With several Hall of Famers around him.
I just because you said you used
That's
an
why I
interesting-
say he's an above average quarterback on a very good team. You have an elite quarterback on a not so good team.
So I guess you put Joe Montana in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah,
I don't even know if he is or not.
absolutely he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there.
Okay, so then he's a little bit.
Time out.
Time out.
Let's go ahead and walk it on back. Did you ask?
Well, I don't know. I don't keep track of that kind of crap. I know he's in my Hall of Fame. There's like
Jeff,
he
you got to
passed-
say something, Jeff.
I'm just dumbfounded.
I mean, your cousin.
And he loved Joe Montana, dude.
Yeah.
Like he loved him growing up.
Hey, going back
So-
to that question on the Wheaties box, was Babe Ruth in the Hall of Fame? Asking for a friend. This guy.
Hey. I'm just saying, like, I don't keep track of that.
So-
I just know, like, the Hall of Fame is like a thing for sports writers to.
But here's what I'm getting at, Brett, on that Montana Marino dig that you just hit me with.
I mean, it's
Okay.
true though.
He did do it 47 times though.
but
So
you know,
so
okay.
what does that tell you about the quarterback themselves? Right? You got 1:30 left. This is a game-winning drive. And yes, you've been trailing a lot. But to do it 47 times?
it means you've been in the league a long time. That's 47 games. That's what they.
But not as long as
16,
Manning
32.
and Brady. And he's not trailing him by much.
I think you don't need to, like, everyone knows that Dan Marino was an amazing quarterback.
No, that's not an argument.
Yeah, it's not an argument.
I would have liked to have seen. I would have liked to have seen him make the Super Bowl one more time.
Yeah, me too.
Well,
a lot more times.
Well, I mean, he played in an era where there were some really good teams.
Yeah, there were.
I
For
mean,
sure.
yeah.
But we don't have to talk about Dan Marino.
Before
just
you have
wanted
to go, I think we should clarify that the Pro Bowl's not in Hawaii anymore.
Yeah. So I need to also clarify. I probably only watched 2 or 3 snaps and didn't pay attention
Oh,
to where
hey.
where it was at.
it
and-
was in Vegas.
And then let's clarify one more thing. Alvin Kamara got in the fight the day before the Pro Bowl. And I read this because I knew when I was saying it I was wrong. So I went back and I looked. He got in the fight on Saturday. They questioned him when he got to the field on Sunday, and he said that he witnessed a scuffle. And then it comes out that he broke the guy's orbital bone.
Yeah.
Right? So, but this brings up a question that I have real quick because I know you got to go. But can pro athletes really handle Las Vegas? What do you guys think?
I mean, that was a knock to begin with. I mean, that's a town that is hard to be.
Well, they've always hindered away from putting a pro sports team there.
Well, I think that the reason why they didn't put a sports team in there is they were afraid the betting.
Betting, fame, tons of money, drugs. I mean,
Well,
you
I'm
talk.
gonna-
I mean,
well,
there
I'm going to throw
a
something
lot of
else.
distractions.
I'm going to throw
in Las
something else
Vegas.
out. I mean, Alvin Kamara plays in New Orleans.
Yeah,
New Orleans.
That's the same type of city.
It's the same
Yeah.
type of city, right? I mean,
Except
it's-
minus the gambling.
yeah. These athletes they're targets. People come up to them all the time and don't realize these are like the most gifted athletes. Like, that's the last person I'm picking a fight with.
yeah.
I think it's a fair question. I think the hockey team seems to be doing okay.
Yeah, you don't see.
Yeah, they just fight on the ice.
You don't. I mean,
need
UNLV's
to-
been around for quite some time.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
they sweep all their drama under the rug. We never hear about that.
Yeah.
University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Correct. That would be the one.
So you guys agree? You disagree? What do you think? I mean,
About what?
Do you think that pro athletes can handle Las Vegas?
So, some pro athletes can't even handle any city that they're in.
That's fair.
Look at what's his name, Odell Beckham Jr. He's just a hot mess wherever he goes.
He's doing pretty good in
Los
Los Angeles right
he's
now.
trying to turn it around for me a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Oh.
But you are right. I think before
Yeah.
he got
That's a good, yeah.
before this year, he had a bunch of issues in New York.
But
Well-
I mean, all the issues on the
But he had issues in Cleveland as
no,
well.
he did. He
yeah.
did.
He's a like, you're always gonna have.
As compared to Antonio Brown, I mean,
well, he's a train wreck too.
yeah, even more so, I think,
Oh yeah.
obviously. I'll let you get out of here.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much on that happy note.
Yeah.
Uh,
Brett, thanks for coming back on. We'll have you on again.
Anytime you want me on, I'm here. Thanks, Brian.
See ya.
And don't let him make fun of your attire.
I'm comfortable in this.
Yeah.
I just wish you-
dude, I have several shirts that look exactly like that. You know that.
I wish you had a tie on that matched it.
Oh,
I mean, you could have picked any color and it would match.
Exactly. That's the thing. I can wear whatever I want to. All right, guys.
All right, thanks, dude. So let's get into a little bit more about the Super Bowl picks. It is the Super Bowl mashup. You
Yeah.
picked the Bengals, Brian. Kind of support why you're thinking the Bengals are going to win that game.
Well, when I watched them play Tennessee, I watched them sack what's his name, Tannehill, 8 times? Their defense stiffened up. And then they got to turn around and go to Kansas City and play an electric Kansas City Chiefs team that has a lot of weapons. And they made adjustments in that second half and they just shut them down. So you can say what you want about Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, and they got weapons and Joe Mixon on the offense, but that defense is for reals, and they can hang. They have to worry about Cooper Kupp and Beckham Jr. But I don't think that running game is very scary, the Rams' running game. So if they can put pressure on Stafford, and he's not very mobile, so you pick a spot and you meet at that spot, it's Bengals are going to be you got a chance.
Do you think it's going to be a shootout, or do you think it's going to be
no.
tight? What do you think it's going to?
Super Bowls, I always bet the under because the coaches are like, let's play it close to the vest. They're going to come out and they're run, like take the temperature of the game.
At some point, they're waiting on somebody to make a mistake, a turnover, something
Yeah.
big is going to happen. And I think you're right. I talked to Jeff about the running game side of it. I think the Rams defense, the secondary is probably their defense is just good. Let's just be honest.
Yeah, Aaron Donald, Von
The
Miller.
line's good. The secondary's good.
Ramsey, or what's his name?
Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But I feel like, and I told you this, like Joe Mixon's that's already a tough defense to run on. But if
You said he was going to be the X factor.
yeah, because if you can figure out a way to use him,
Screen pass.
that's what I'm saying. Like, get creative with his usage. You're not going to run it down the Rams' throat. You're just not going to happen.
The good thing that the Bengals have in their favor is if they do try to blitz, Joe Burrow is the best in the NFL against the blitz.
Well, and he's mobile.
So Joe Burrow and Joe Mixon, I think, are going to be that's a good call.
I think
for sure.
I think the wideout situation, I think there's more for the Rams to cover in the secondary than there is.
You got Tyler Boyd
for the
and
Bengals
what's
and
the
T.
other
Higgins.
guy? T. Higgins has been playing really well the playoffs.
And Chase.
And even Mixon out of the backfield too.
But does Stafford crumble?
No.
I don't
You
think
you
so.
think he's gonna step it up? Because he's had that happen in the playoffs. He's good for 1 or 2 games, maybe 3 a year, that he just is awful. He'll throw 2 or 3
I kind of watch
picks.
how they worked Tampa, and he made some big plays to go down and win the game. A couple big throws. Cup got open, and against San Francisco, he had a drop touchdown pass that I still don't even know that guy's name.
But he also had an interception drop too that could have lost the game for him.
If they keep it close,
But I mean, if that touchdown's caught, that we're not even talking about that almost interception. They're up 10 points at that point.
No, it was after.
That was in the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
That almost pick. The touchdown that the guy dropped was in the first half, wasn't it?
What game are you guys
The
talking
Rams
about?
Niners game.
Oh, the Rams Niners game. It was in the second half
But the guy
or first half.
Yeah, he dropped the
No, it was
touchdown
in the first
pass,
half,
and
yeah.
then they didn't go down and get points to end the half.
Right.
They fumbled the ball at the goal line.
Yes.
There was 10 points right there off the board.
Mm.
That interception sealed the game at that point for the Niners, but it wouldn't. If
Well,
those,
still, but that is to your point though. He crumbles sometimes.
It's going to come down to,
It-
for me, it's going to come down to two things: the offensive and defensive lines.
It's always
And-
they always come. Every game comes
Yeah,
down to that.
yeah, but in this game, particularly on the Ram side, if they can get to Burrow, that I
yeah, but
lean towards
he already said.
I lean that edge
Titans
towards the
got to
Rams.
Burrow.
They got to him. They set an NFL record. They
So-
got to him. Yeah, and he just kept getting up like a warrior, right? But Aaron Donald's kind of a different player.
Oh yeah, you got to triple team him.
yeah,
gotta-
they're going to have
and
to
then-
contain him.
And Von Miller's been a Super Bowl MVP
yes,
before.
yes.
A defensive Super Bowl MVP that doesn't come around very often.
That's why I'm saying Mixon's going to play a different role.
I agree with you. And I think where the middle of the field is going to be very important in this
Well, is your
game.
tight end still
Cooper
hurt?
Kupp and T. Higgins are going to be difference makers too, because that middle of the field is where both teams
Mhm.
have trouble.
It's going to be this is going to be a good game. Like I didn't expect the Bengals to be there. Like they're ahead of schedule.
They're way ahead.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I agree with you.
But hey,
Think about it all going forward. How lucky, like as a fan, like you've got the Bengals, the Bills, KC, with a lot of young players that are going to be good for a long time,
Oh yeah,
and they're going to be going at it for a long time.
hey,
absolutely.
you better throw the Chargers in there too, man.
Yeah.
because
Yeah, Justin
I'm with
Herbert,
you.
yeah.
I'm with you.
Yeah,
I like that kid. I mean, I would have liked to. I wish they didn't call timeout. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
In that Raiders game.
to see what he would have done.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree with you.
I love Big Ben, but I didn't need to see him in the playoffs anymore. I knew what he had.
Knowing the situation and it being done, I was happy for him.
Who, Big Ben?
Mhm.
Oh yeah. I mean, the Swan Song. Why not? But
Getting into that stuff, and we've mentioned the retirement thing and how you're not a fan of the timing. There's been a couple interesting tidbits thrown out the last day or so regarding Brady's retirement, maybe unretirement, maybe traded.
to the Vikings.
One story had Buccaneers trading Brady for Garoppolo.
Oh, I thought it was a car to the Bucks and Garoppolo to the where are they?
Raiders?
The Raiders, and then Brady.
To the Niners?
Mm-hmm.
Garoppolo to the Raiders. How pissed would Raider fans be?
Oh, that'd be so
Yeah.
poetic justice. Oh, hey, you know what? You guys have been asking me, what do you want to talk about? Let's talk about the fan bases that we hate.
In any sport?
And well, since it's the Super Bowl, I hate Eagle fans. Jesus Christ.
Why do you hate Eagles?
Dude, have
fans?
you ever met them? You get more than two
Very
of them.
few.
If you get more than two of them together in one place, they're worse than
So a
Raider
flock of Eagles.
Yeah, dude. I like. There's Eagle. Like I can't stand Eagle fans, Cowboy fans.
Oh, I can't stand Cowboy fans.
Oh, and Raider fans.
Okay. Why not Cowboy? I'm just asking.
Cowboy fans want to live in the 1990s, okay, when they were extremely good, and they want to keep telling you about how good they used to be.
Uh-huh.
Let's talk about them now.
8-8 for 20 years.
Yeah. You know what? And
I don't like Dolphin fans.
good thing you only know one.
I know too.
Right.
Oh, yeah, you know too. But, I can admit that the Dolphins are terrible. Right? They've been terrible, and that has to do with the ownership and everything else. But that's a good point, because I don't like Dallas Cowboy fans either.
No. And
And I have friends that are Dallas Cowboy fans, and they're still my friends. But when we start talking about football, I can't stand it.
I can't think of a team that I really dislike.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, like
The Los Angeles Dodgers is another one for
Well,
me.
if you're talking baseball, yes.
Oh.
But I know a lot of Dodger fans.
So do I.
yeah.
And
And I like the people. I don't. When we're talking about this, we're talking about the fan base
I just think they're
geographically, the whole fan
just
base.
disgusting.
And they were
Yankee
probably
fans are pretty.
Oh,
Pretty-
Red Sox fans are worse, dude.
Than Yankee fans?
Oh yes, I've lived on the East Coast. Oh, and that's kind of where my hatred for the Eagles comes from, because man, they think they're really good, and they are not. I
They
mean,
have
how
been.
how are you gonna boo Santa Claus? Really?
That's
I mean, that's their legacy.
that's hating your heart right there.
Yeah.
Boo Santa Claus.
Yeah, but the Red Sox fans, they've been such crybabies for a long time. Oh, the curse, we had the curse, and then they finally broke the curse. They won 2 of them, right? Now they're beating their chest like King Kong. Oh, Jesus Christ, man!
And they go and win a third.
Did they win 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won in 18.
yeah.
I thought that was their second one.
They won in 2004, 2008,
I don't know.
7.
You better look that up. I don't want to give them credit for that shit.
They've won. They've won a few of them.
Oh, you
Yeah.
know what? Well, whatever. I still
do
hate.
you have a baseball team?
Oh, dude, I'm diehard. If you cut me open right now, you'd see orange blood. Was from go. I've been a Giants fan,
Okay.
dude. I don't know if you remember down when they used to play the minor league
Mhm.
Giants, Little League Giants. I remember when I was 10 years old, before Little League started, my coach took me, the whole team down, and I got my glove autographed. You know who was on that team? The AAA team? You had Will Clark, Robbie Thompson, and Mitch Williams.
Matt
Williams, not
Mitch
Mitch.
Williams was a good basketball player, though.
Oh, he was a good pitcher,
Pitcher.
too. He would
Yeah.
go brush his teeth after every third inning.
Or Mitch
Because
Richmond.
he would eat black licorice, but he wouldn't catch the ball from the umpire. Do you remember that guy?
I don't.
Oh, dude. Oh yeah, he played for the Mets. It was awesome.
That's your boy, Will Clark.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my boy.
We both.
Hey, I'm a Will.
One of the main reasons I love Will Clark is Brian.
Oh, dude,
And
he's such a pretty swing, dude.
Yeah, the natural.
Oh, and he is the reason why pitchers cover their mask today, cover their face today when they're talking on the mound. Because I don't know if you remember, in the playoffs, they were playing against the Cubs, and Greg Maddux was on the mound, and they called timeout. And there's a famous picture. He's standing in the on-deck circle with, what's his name?
Kevin Mitchell.
Kevin Mitchell, and they're standing there looking at him, right? And the video is going off, right? And they're just standing there looking at him. And Will Clark walks up there, boom, next pitch, grand slam. So they interview him after the game. He's like, "Well, I knew he was going to throw me a slider. I could read his lips."
Very good. I like
Will
that.
Clark.
I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I never heard that one before.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he's the reason. You know who his first major league hit was off of?
You?
No, yeah, right. Nolan
Nolan
Ryan,
Ryan.
home run, boom, in the Astrodome. That's saying something right there, dude.
Yeah.
Bleeding that orange.
Oh yeah,
He does.
oh yeah.
He does for sure.
I can do.
So then I can only baseball. We don't need to discuss what fan base you dislike.
Oh, it's I got a couple. It's mainly the Dodgers. Everyone else is like okay.
So how did you feel about how that series ended this last year with the check swing?
I would have liked to have seen the players decide it, but I didn't think the Giants were going to come back on that game. I'm a realist as well. They weren't going to win that game.
Well, they obviously got. I don't think anybody expected them to do what they did. I didn't.
I did. Not at the beginning of the season, but around the 2-month mark, I was like, oh, well, because I watch all the games, or not all of them, but I mean,
Majority of them.
yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday night, kids go to bed. I don't want to watch soap operas or whatever's on TV. I want to watch sports. So I put on the Giants. Right? I love Cripe. I can't even. Cripe.
Brian has not been drinking.
But it's hard to say their names.
They actually annoy me a little bit.
How? Why?
Not Kipe.
Oh, dude, they have such good baseball insight.
John Miller's probably my favorite.
Yeah, John Miller's awesome, man. How do you?
But
not
I
like
used
John
I used to
Miller?
listen to him. You know, like when I've told this on the other podcast before, like driving up in the Bay Area, delivering and working up there. Like I would turn the games on, and that's what was on KMBR was.
Oh yeah.
John Miller. Listen to a day game or what? Just I don't know. It really brings to me. For me, I can visualize what's going on. I can see it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
I agree with that.
I don't know. I'm a Kuiper. And
Not that they're bad.
I think they're the best in the game.
You know
He's
what?
biased.
Yeah,
but,
well, yeah, but
But
you
they are
should
good.
say that.
yeah, you should.
You should
For
say
sure.
that, right?
Well, I used to live down south too, and I would get the Dodger games. That's the only games I couldn't get Giants games, so I would have to listen because I'm a baseball fan first. I mean, I love baseball. I mean, you know that.
yeah.
And they just are not the same. It's really watered down, and it's like very robotic, Even when they're talking, their how KNBR has their the Giants segment, right? They have the same thing, the same company, different people. It's just ugh. And the Dodger fans just lap it up. Oh, we're so good, right? And I'm like, God, dude, you guys are. This is like horrible.
So are you just getting into just staying with that announcer thing? Like, so who's calling the game Sunday? Who's got the broadcast? Do you know? CBS.
I haven't looked.
Is it Romo and Nance?
As long as
haven't
it's
looked.
not.
And that was my question. Are you not a Joe Buck?
I don't mind Joe Buck.
Okay.
I don't. I like Joe Buck in baseball, as long as he's not doing a Cardinals or a Giants game, because he seems to really homer the Cardinals, and when he does the he hates the Giants because we own the Cardinals.
I see. I actually not a. I'm a fan. I'm not. I don't love.
I said I didn't mind Joe Buck. He's
I
fine.
think he's fine. He's okay. He's good. I mean, he's really good at what he does. I prefer him in baseball or in football. I think he's really good. The guy that I can't stand in football is Chris Collinsworth. Oh God, dude, stab me in my earlobes or my eardrums.
Dude, my dad.
Oh God,
My
dude.
dad.
Yeah,
He'll
I
come
can't
on and
stand him
goes, "So
either.
that guy was a drug addict."
Was he?
I don't know. My dad's-
Probably he would play in Cincy.
My dad was crazy. He just doesn't. If he doesn't like them, he's just gonna say whatever. You know, what I
Oh.
mean? He'll make up some shit. I don't know.
Yeah. Man, I can't stand him, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
He's
I
on the
can't-
Monday
I can't
night.
either.
He's on the Monday night crew, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Monday or Sunday night. I don't remember. I
I
think it's
know.
Sunday night.
They need to just get him off, get him out of there. They
Yeah.
can't find any. Come on.
Well, like Greg Olson's done some games. He's good.
He's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg Olson's good. I like.
He's good.
He's older, but he's the other guy with Collinsworth. Who does it?
Greasy.
No.
Ooh, Al Michaels?
Yes.
Oh, Al Michaels.
Al Michaels
Oh,
is
yeah.
the best.
Al Michaels
dude.
is awesome.
Yeah.
He's been around forever.
Yeah. He's my favorite. I hope he does it. Yeah. Al Michaels.
I think it's CBS. I don't have my phone on me. I'd look, but I don't.
I haven't
know.
even looked. So, I had another question for you guys. So, and these could be different. There's no right answer, but your most memorable Super Bowl, like maybe the game, or just your most memorable.
Not
Super
the
Bowl.
greatest though, that
Yeah,
we
it
think.
doesn't necessarily have to be the greatest, but your most memorable.
My most memorable, it's got to be the one that brought me to love football, and that was the first Niners-Bengals game. A great game.
1989.
Yep.
John Taylor jumping in the stands.
No, the first one. This would have been
Oh, the first
81.
one.
Okay. And it was Roger Craig, Ronnie Lott,
Mm-hmm.
Clark, Joe Montana.
Yeah.
They had a goal line stand. It was first and goal from like the 1 or the 2, and they shut down the Bengals, and that changed the game around. That was the most memorable Super Bowl for me, and it's not just that game too, because I remember the NFC Championship and going to a party at Varella's house.
Oh, Scott?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And your dad was there and my dad was there, and they had made shirts like for everyone to wear the 49ers gear. And I was like, oh, okay, what is this? Right. And it was the catch. And I remember just being a kid, and everyone was glued to the TV. All the, all the girls were over there talking, and all the men were like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And then it happened, right? And I'm like, whoa, this is exciting, right? And then they were hyping up the Niners for the whole week.
Yeah.
Or 2 weeks, and then the game's on, and I'm just riveted. I'm like, oh, this is it. This is sports, man.
I got your motor going.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was hooked from then on.
See, I don't remember that for me.
What about you, Jake?
For Super Bowls,
Yeah,
I don't have a team really.
Yeah, but do you have a memorable Super Bowl that you remember?
Yeah, I do actually. It was I wrote it. I have it on here because I was looking at other ones, but it was 2009, Super Bowl 43, Steelers and the Cardinals.
It was a great Super Bowl.
And
What a catch,
Kurt
dude.
Warner, like that. That is my.
That put him in the Hall of Fame.
You think so?
I think so.
Roethlisberger.
No, Kurt Warner.
That getting there.
I think that game right there put him in the Hall of Fame.
it could have.
Not that he wasn't going to get there anyway, but he solidified it right there.
Even with the loss.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
They go and score.
That was a great game.
There wasn't a lot of time left, but I know Arizona goes down, make that big play, and they score. I think there was like 30-something seconds left, and Pittsburgh's good distance from the end zone, inside the 20, I think. But
yeah,
just Roethlisberger hangs in long enough. Holmes makes. I mean, dude, you couldn't make a better throw. And how he made that catch, it's just crazy.
What a catch, dude.
It's literally one of the best plays.
That's one of the ones that, like, if NFL wants to say, watch our game, this is what we can do, that's what you show people. That is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention that right before the half, too, was Joey Porter runs all the way down to score. That changed the game, too, right there. That could have been Cardinals.
Yeah.
That was just a good game all the way around.
That was a great game.
Yeah, both teams throwing punch. That was for me. That was the one I remember, like, because even my mom was getting jacked.
Oh yeah,
my mom was psyched up about it.
Yeah.
So.
And you, Jeff?
So I've got two, but I'm gonna put them in order. So number one, and there's a real reason for it, is when Super Bowl 51, the OT game, when Tom Brady came back and beat Matt Ryan and the Falcons.
Yeah.
I mean, I had never given Brady credit because you talk about fan base and the New England Patriot fan base. For me,
they're annoying too. They're like Boston Red Sox.
They
fans.
are, and there's a whole lot of them, and I don't know where they came from.
Well,
they just came out of the woodwork because of the Belichick Brady era, and because they continued to win all the time.
Now their kids are
like the Yankees.
It got old, right? But that game transformed me into a believer. Like, okay, Tom Brady he's the best.
It's hard to bet your money against that guy.
I need to, like, for me, I needed to give him the credit.
Yeah.
You know, just at validation as a Dolphin fan, very hard to say that. But that game, like, I'm like, okay, he's for real. And then when he went and did it again in Tampa, that's not my second one, but Tampa was just crazy. To leave New England and then in your first year come back and do it. So that's number one. But the other one that really came to mind was the Rams-Titans game when it ended on the half-yard line. You know, the whole game was a defensive game, but to end it right there on the half-yard line and how that ended was pretty wild.
Oh, dude, can I tell you a story about that game?
Yeah.
You were talking about my military. That game, I watched that game in my hotel room that the military got me in Sacramento because the next day I was going to Lawton, Oklahoma, because I was joining the military.
Really?
That's what it was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, huh?
Yeah. That is crazy. You know, did you have any more Super Bowl stuff you wanted to cover? I
Not
know it's
really.
The mashup.
Not really. I do want to cover a couple things with him.
Go ahead.
Just so your nickname with all your friends, right, is what?
Squirrel.
Okay, it's Squirrel.
Yes.
How did you get that nickname?
Oh. You really want me to blast that
Yes.
over everything? Everyone? Oh, dude.
Well, is it?
No, it's nothing. It's just so I was on a football team,
Okay.
and one of the players on that team, I guess I can tell his name was Sal Rojas. I don't know if any of you guys know him. He's still around in Madera.
Okay.
He's older than me, but he would always go around calling everyone Chivo, which is goat. Chivo, and you know, because he's a crazy Mexican, right? He's cool. He's really cool. He's a fun guy. But so I would he liked to joke around and laugh all the time, and so I would like try to do things. We would like always one up each other, and so we're getting ready to play a big game, and we're out there in the in the baseball field, where they all
warming up.
Yeah, warming up, and he's like, we're just goofing around. I'm like, hey, you want to see my impression of a squirrel eating, right? And he's like, yeah, sure. So I do it. Right?
We'll do it.
Right?
Yeah.
So, and there's like about 5 or 6 of us right there, and they're doing like what Jake's doing. They're all laughing, right? And Sal's like, "Oh, you're the squirrel." And from that moment,
You were the squirrel.
yeah, well, because I don't know if you know Sal, he's kind of loud,
Okay.
and so we go and play the game and and like the weekend, and no one's the next Monday at school. He's walking through the hallway in the English building, squirrel, 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 and he does this for like a month and a half straight, and it just stuck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never knew the story.
Oh yeah.
I never knew the story, but
Yeah.
his friends still call him Squirrel.
Oh yeah.
The story could have ended after the impression.
Yeah.
Right,
Well,
right.
and that's how I got it. Matter of fact, so the other day, so I work out in the field all the time, right? And so throughout my years, I've run across a lot of different people. So I'm doing work in Madera on Ellis and D Street. And I'm like just minding my own business, doing my little thing. And this guy comes up to me. He's like, "Squirrel." And I looked. I did not recognize the guy. He's like, "Oh, hey, man, it's been a long time, this and that." And I'm like, I don't even know who you are, dude.
So they just,
So people know me as like,
as Squirrel.
If you're listening, you need to go watch. You need to go watch this story for yourself.
Is there any stories that come to mind that you want to tell the audience? Because we're going to wrap it up here in a bit. But is there anything in specific you wanted to tell?
like sports related?
Anything related?
Oh, I
mean, do you have a funny story that you remember about us,
no, but
or any story?
yeah. So I'll never forget.
It's not funny, but he's laughing.
It's not going to be funny. You're going to be like, okay, that's dumb.
All right. Well, thank you for listening.
No, so you guys remember Alec Merton is when we were coaching, right?
Yeah.
Of course you remember Alec. He was a great kid.
Yeah.
So I was just fresh out of the military, right? And I'm very, like I was dress, everything, right? And so to me, in my head, I'm thinking, well, if we want to be a good baseball team, we have to be organized and we have to be clean. So I'm like telling the kids, every time we'd get into the dugout at a game, get your bags over here, put them right here, get all your stuff, put your back, and I'm trying to be the housemaid in the dugout, and I want to have a nice clean dugout, right? And these kids are like 13, 15 years old, and they're just got their stuff everywhere. So I start going through the dugout, and I'm kicking everyone's bag, right? Just kicking bags and stuff, right? And so finally the kids like they
got it.
They start picking their stuff up. And so then one game, Merton is like doing an impression of me. And he's like, he's like, hey, Coach Cox, does this look familiar? And he's like being over dramatic. And he's like, whoa, whoa. And the kids were all laughing at me and stuff. And another thing always cracks me up. You might remember this too. So I forget who we were playing, but Jeff was like, hey, you want to go do signs? Play coach third base? I'm like, yeah, heck yeah, right? I'm like, oh, my opportunity. And I'm like doing like hit and run. And the kids are looking at me like, why? Why are we doing this? This doesn't even make sense. Right? And I look over at you and Jake and you guys are like cracking up at me. You're like, you guys laughing at me. Right? So the inning ends and the kids all right take it out to the field and you guys come back and then Jeff, you're like, hey dude,
I got third base.
Yeah, well basically, yeah. I'm like, why? You're like, because this doesn't you're like you were saying I was like,
I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
And to me, I was like, that's too funny.
You could imagine the three of us coaching kids.
Yeah.
Oh, it was a good time.
We had a lot of fun,
bro. Thanks for coming and doing this.
Hey,
we got to do it again.
I want to come. I love sports, man, and I know this is like heavily sports related, but man, I could go on and
We're
on.
open to anything.
Yeah, we can talk about anything.
It's sports related, but we talk about whatever. So.
Oh,
yeah.
But we got to do it again.
Yeah, we'll get you back on
for sure.
It was fun. I love it.
Yeah.
You bring a different energy.
Oh, dude,
It's the best.
I love to laugh, dude.
Where do you get the podcast,
You
Jeffy?
can get us at @watchyour_lips on Twitter and Instagram. You can follow us on YouTube, iTunes, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio.
How do I get all that? I don't know. Jeff, will you do it for me?
Yeah, we'll
help you out.
I don't know.
Thank you guys. That was fun. Super Bowl mashup, episode 6.
I can tell the story. How
enjoy
I
the weekend.
Broke my wrists.
We'll get it. We'll get
all of them.
We'll get
bro.
that one next.
Yeah, we got to get all of them. Now, enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. We'll probably see you next week sometime. Recap the game.
Yep.
Thank you for listening, everybody.
Thanks for listening, guys.
Hey.